Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jim Flanagan here for MHL SportsCenter. Let you guys know, I know you've been emailing me, people have been messaging me, and like, Jim Flanagan, bring back SportsCenter. Bring back the top 10 highlights. Hey, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. People is telling me, hey, Jim, on the Flan Fan Show, all they talk about is drama, Giant talking about this and that. We want the box scores. We want the recaps. You know what? Season number 11, the summer season here. Jim Flanagan's going to bring back MHL SportsCenter, the box scores, the recaps, the top 10 highlights, you name it. You want to hear who scored the goals. You want to have the highlights. I'm going to bring it to you season number 11 for MHL SportsCenter, where we'll have the results, the recaps, and on top of that, we're going to have the highlights. You send in the highlights, I'll play the game-winning goal. Like, for instance, we had Yam's Worst Nightmare taking on Snuggles and Friends. Snuggles taking all games, sweeping Yam's Worst Nightmare, and it all began game number 1 going to double overtime, and with this goal here to end it out in overtime. Then besides the highlights, like you just saw right there, I'll have the recaps with the highlights. I might also do my own player of the night. Who was the top guy? Who was the main guy that night? A forward, a goalie, a defenseman. Take a series, Revenge of the Fallen, taking on the FBI. Revenge of the Fallen winning, going on to the finals. And I thought Drift King 99, the captain there, was the key factor here in getting Revenge of the Fallen into the finals. 3 big shutouts in net. I'll bring out, player of the night like this. And of course, besides the box scores, the highlights there, the player of the nights, you got the top 10 highlights. At the end of each week, all the highlights submitted for the box scores, and just highlights themselves will be all taken into factor to create the top 10 highlights which you asked for. I'll create it. I'll produce the top 10 each week. So you got the box scores, the highlights, the top 10, player of the night. I might also do my predictions for the following night. Maybe even some pregame or postgame interviews. You name it. You want it. You tell me what you want to see in SportsCenter, and I might be able to produce it. And then all these shows, the box scores, the top 10 highlights, we're going to put it on MHL Video Podcast live on iTunes. You want to download this. People want to download off YouTube. You have like the Flan Fan Show, the radio show, which goes live. But then, we have these mobile devices. We have these iPods, podcasts. And I'm going to put it on iTunes, free download. All the SportsCenter shows, the top 10s, will be able to download onto your handheld devices there. So, video podcast coming to you season 11 with the SportsCenter. And, you might ask yourself, how are you going to do this, Jim? You know what I mean? People are going to send in the highlights. We're going to go what worked in the prior seasons. I know there's people that take highlights. Now, I ask for people to either email me, send me a message, post on the forums. Now, I know not everybody goes on the internet. Not everybody visits the site daily, but they do take highlights. There's players that take highlights. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep a master list of all the guys. Guys like in the past, like NJ Ski, Octizzy, JJDM, Hugh Laurie, B. Roos, Marty McFly. I mean, these guys always send me highlights, multiple highlights each week. And guys like this make MHL SportsCenter. You want to be on the list of guys that, be the MHL cameraman for your team. Let me know. I'll add you to the list. What I'm going to ask is next season, I'll message them before the season, but this is what I'm going to try to do. Message the captains for next season and pretty much have the captains pick a guy from your team to be your MHL cameraman, which will take highlights at the end of the games. Because, let's face it here, fellas, at the end of the games, there's a lot of time when the captain's got to take the stats. You got to wait for the other captain, get the lines going. Sometimes it can take like 5-10 minutes. These highlights only take maybe like 1 minute to upload. And, if you want your team to have highlights, to have the videos, which will be on the box scores, on the top 10, and at the end of the season, any type of highlights, you know what I mean? I'll put a master, I'll make the highlight reel for that season. You know, you got to have somebody that sends the highlights because you can't depend on the other team to put your team's highlights. They're just going to do their team highlights. And if we get that, I think that will be successful in getting SportsCenter off, you know, to a good way. Get SportsCenter on the right track with the iTunes box scores. You know, you've seen me do a lot of stuff with these videos, and it's up to you to make SportsCenter that good. Make SportsCenter to how you guys want it. And, you know, I'll produce it. I'll make the top 10. I'll put the videos together. You send me the highlights, and we'll make MHL SportsCenter the next big thing here. So that's all I'm asking. You know, captains next season, pick somebody on your team to be the cameraman, and we'll get these highlights. I'll keep the track. Just reply to the forum here if you want to be MHL cameraman for next season. I'll put you on the list, meaning you don't have to message me or send me any type of email. I'll check your account every day. Every day, these accounts will be checked for any highlights. And if you have a highlight, it'll be added to the top 10, to the box score. So that's all I got to say here. Jim Flanagan announcing MHL SportsCenter next season, coming back strong. You know what I mean? I'm not doing the Flan Fan Show now. You know, I'm off the Flan Show. The guys are doing a great show there. Goofy J, Giant 918. You got Daily on Thursday nights. So I got this extra time. I'm going to bring you MHL SportsCenter every day, Mondays through Friday, every week for season number 11, summer season. Jim Flanagan, MHL SportsCenter, MooseNice.com, signing out.